In this video, the speaker talks about employee reward systems um, and like ways to engage with your employees and kind of make them feel wanted and needed around the organization. Um, and she talks about the concept or the idea of square wheels versus round wheels, which is kind of just like a symbolization for uh, like square wheels not being as efficient, not being really worthwhile in any way, as it could cause more problems or more work than without them. And then round wheels would be making things easier. Um, so basically, the square wheels don't work and round wheels do work. Um, she says that more than 2/3 of employees don't feel engaged in the workplace, um, which is bad, honestly. Well, because if more than 2/3 of um, all employees like they don't feel like they're wanted or that they're needed, um, that means like it, pretty much 2/3 people don't like their job or they feel like they're not worthwhile at their job, which is a lot of people. Um, she talks about that things need to be worth time, money, and energy, which is talking about the like reward programs, and if they're square or round wheels. Because if they're not worth the time, the money, or the energy that is needed or put into um, using the system or putting it in place, then they would be considered square wheels as not being efficient. Um, she talks about how the concept is not about being good or bad; it's about if it works. So it's not saying that square wheels are bad programs. It's just saying that like it doesn't work. It's not worthwhile to put in place. It's not like a bad thing to do. An example that she used was like a company giving out all their employees a free turkey around the holidays, and how it caused problems because every year that people come to expect it, and people um, thought it was unfair if someone else got a bigger turkey than they got, even though the place, like the employer, couldn't control that. It was just random given out. So that was an example of it's not being a bad thing. Like it's not a bad thing that they're giving out free turkeys, but it just doesn't work. Um, then she starts talking about the like factors of like a good wheel or a good program. Um, that the first one would be, does it refocus people back on their work? Um, that's what a good that's what a round wheel would do. Like a good program, it would refocus the people back on their work. Like it would be the program wouldn't be a distraction. Um, it would help the employees get back to work and do their work more efficiently um, after the program or after the activity or whatever it is. Um, and then if it doesn't do that, and then it's a square wheel. Um, the next factor she talks about is to give regular feedback. Um, she says that as a manager or as a leader in a company, you should give regular feedback to your employees, because as it can go a long way, and it's more important than what people normally think. That just giving feedback in general, um, positive reinforcement feedback or critique feedback, um, all of it is good. as it helps the employee feel wanted and like you're paying attention to them. As a supervisor, as a boss, or as somebody that's above them, they feel like they're actually being noticed. Um, the next one is be very specific for whatever you're like referencing to or referring to with the feedback or the reward program. To be very specific about what you're talking about or what you're critiquing, what you're giving feedback on, or what they did right, what they did wrong, so that they know for in the future. That's exactly what you were talking about, and also being specific makes them again feel like you're paying attention and that you're noticing what they're doing. The next thing is to ask for feedback. Um, Not many people think of asking for feedback because giving feedback is like the normal thing. Like even people sometimes pass that up, but rarely people ask for feedback. They'll take it when it's given to them, but asking for it is actually important to know um, how people think of you, and it makes them feel important for because it makes them feel like you want to know what they think. The next one is celebrate team success. Um, so when like at a job, the team successfully completed a project or successfully met a deadline or something, to celebrate that success. And she used the example of managers bringing in food to work. Don't just bring in food for like random um, occasions. That when they should do it, it should be for like be to celebrate like team success, to celebrate something good that happened there, so that everyone would appreciate it more, and it wouldn't just be like, oh, there's some random food. It'd be, oh, look, we earned this, we did good. Um, the next one is like be careful on public recognition, um, and private recognition is better or just seen as better because you don't know if you're recognizing someone publicly for doing something that a whole bunch of people could have already done, and then they would feel like left out of why like they didn't get recognized for it. The next one was sincerely celebrate service anniversaries, um, like employee anniversaries of being at the company. They should be recognized as being big deals. Um, Even if you just like recognize it quickly in a team meeting or something. Don't just like she's the example of just giving them as like setting a pin on their desk. That doesn't really show like you appreciate them very much, but like actually publicly saying congratulations on being here that long and like thanks for your service is will go a lot farther than um, like a more not thoughtful way. The next one is create shared team vision. This be like just team goals and stuff, and um, being on track with your team and all wanting like the same goals makes everything more like run smoother, and it's like an easier road to success. The same thing goes with like build autonomy, as that ties in with that. Also, the next one is share info, stories, and results. Just like sharing things between coworkers, sharing stories, and just like talking with your coworkers and employees boosts relationship and shows them that you care. Then finally, she said to use check-ins to like make sure everything's running smoothly and um, just check in with everybody and check in with the team and in general to show that you care and you're involved. Um, I guess this video could impact my search for a job um, by looking for places that have more or all round wheel policies in place and not any square wheels. Because you just want to be in a better environment, and all the round wheel um, policies just create like a better work environment in general and a better atmosphere to be involved in. Um, and how it could affect a job as like a manager or a coach, just like taking these steps and stuff she put in place and all these details and using them, um, taking it as like feedback and using it for your own systems of rewarding your employees.